THF Bayzoo was an OG in the war in Chirac and had a lot of respect in the city. And that's what made his brutal murder even more shocking. From beefing with some of the deadliest killers in the city and making it out alive, to beating bodies and allegedly getting shot over someone else's drama, today we're breaking down the whole crazy story. On October 25th, 2025, THF Bayzoo was leaving a car parts shop with two other dudes in the middle of the day when some shooters ran down on him. Zoo didn't even have time to react before the bullets started hitting him, and it looks like the shooters got his location and knew exactly when to pop out. Zoo hit the ground as soon as the bullets started flying, and the shooters kept busting at him to make sure the job was finished before they ran off. Zoo and the other two dudes all got hit, but Zoo was the only one who didn't make it out alive. Right after the hit, rumors were going around that Zoo was fighting for his life in the hospital and might pull through, but a day later the news broke that he had been pronounced dead. According to Trench's News, Zoo was on life support and the machines were the only things keeping him alive. The doctors allegedly told Zoo's family that he wasn't going to wake back up though, so his family decided to take him off life support and let him go.
You know, the family decided to take THF Bayzoo off life support, man. Bayzoo is gone, man.
THF Bayzoo had a lot of love in the city, and a lot of people who don't even rep THF were shouting him out after he died. Zoo had homies in O Block, 600, 300, TTE, and way more sets. He was taxing with people outside of Chicago too, and 21 Savage offered to pay for the funeral, but Zoo also had a huge target on his back, and after Zoo got killed, the Opps were clowning him like crazy all over social media. One dude named Fonzo was dissing THF Bayzoo after he got shot, and that's allegedly why Fonzo's girlfriend G Iri was brutally shot and killed just a few hours later. G Iri was also a rapper, and when she got killed, all kinds of rumors started flying around about who pulled the trigger and why they wanted her gone. People were trying to claim that G Iri is the one who dropped Zoo's location to the Opps, but it turns out she didn't have anything to do with the beef and allegedly got killed because her boyfriend was dissing Zoo. After Ari died, her brother hopped on Facebook and said she wasn't even the target. According to some sources, Ari and Fonzo were sitting in a whip together when the shooters ran up and aired the car out, but they shot into the side Ari was sitting in, so she died instead of Fonzo. Fonzo also allegedly has ties to 051, which are some of THF's biggest ops, and right before Ari got killed, Fonzo was going back and forth with THF G-Baby, and G-Baby told Fonzo to stop playing with Zoo's name before it backfired on him. About a week after G Iri got killed, the cops spotted the whip that was used on the hit and pulled it over. The cops allegedly booked 3 dudes for Ari's murder, but nobody knows who they caught yet. Fonzo wasn't the only THF op that Ari had ties to though. Ari had a kid with a dude named 757 BA, and back in the day, BA was really putting in work. In 2017, a 600 member named McAdoo was allegedly sliding around trying to catch 051 members lacking. McAdoo was allegedly one of the biggest shooters in the city, and a lot of people think he caught at least 3 bodies. But when BA spotted him at a party, he upped his strap and started shooting. Both sides were letting off shots, and people were dropping all over the place. BA allegedly shot McAdoo, and McAdoo survived, but BA's homie got hit up and didn't make it out. When it was all over, 7 people were laying out bleeding on the floor. And in 2024, the cops finally booked BA for the shooting. G Iri was talking about the streets on tracks like Want All the Smoke when she raps, he ran and he fell, they hopped him, bullets they hurt, they hit him like chalk him. I'll make one phone call, got killers from east to west, bitch it ain't no talking. Ari allegedly wasn't involved with any beef though, and rumors say she just got killed cause Fonzo was dissing Zoo and the shooters got her instead of him. But there's no proof that THF was involved with Ari getting killed though. When THF Bayzoo died, he wasn't really active in any beefs anymore, but back in the day, he was really putting pressure on the Opps and had a crazy story. Zoo got active when his family moved into THF territory and caught an armed robbery case when he was around 13 years old. He spent around 5 years in juvie, and when he came home, Zoo really turned up in the streets and got wrapped up in one of the deadliest beefs in the city. THF was going to war with 051 and bodies were dropping all over the place. Both sides had a bunch of shooters and their hoods were close to each other, so for a few years, it was one of the most active wars in Chirac. Zoo wasn't around for all of it though, because in 2009, he allegedly caught a body and was fighting the case for a while. And when the case finally got dropped, THF Bayzoo hopped on the track, beat that body with King Von, and rapped, "Beat the body, now the trenches call me Rocky. Shout the members, they my motherfucking partners. We gon' high speed, ain't no fucking pulling over." 051 and THF's beef sparked up before everyone was paying attention to the drill scene, and it all started when a dude from 051 named Zico got into an argument with a THF member named Aki, and Zico ended up getting killed. Zico's murder turned up the whole crew, and in 2011, they slid on THF and killed a dude from there named Quint. Then a few months later, they took out another THF member named Tony. THF and 051 were dropping bodies like crazy, and in 2013, Zoo allegedly killed a woman named Big A who repped 051. There aren't a lot of details about how it went down, but Big A's brother 051 Ariel snitched on Zoo and told the cops that Zoo said, "On Gutta, on my son, I whacked her big ass." In 2015, THF Bayzoo's own stepson got killed too. Zoo's stepson Raheem was repping THF and allegedly almost killed 051 Melly. And while Zoo was locked up fighting the case, the Opps caught Raheem and left him dead in the street. Raheem's death had a big impact on Zoo, and he allegedly got right back to sliding on the Opps when he came home from prison. And in 2019, he got wrapped up in an attempted murder case with King Von and Lil Durk. THF Bayzoo, Von, and Durk were all in Atlanta together and allegedly robbed and shot a dude. Von and Durk were both indicted for attempted murder, and the paperwork said that Zoo was involved with the situation too. It's not clear how it all went down, but the case eventually got dropped. And the craziest part of the story is that Zoo went live on IG with the dude who they allegedly shot and called him a rat. THF Bayzoo was always kicking it with Lil Durk, and after Durk became one of the biggest rappers in the world, Zoo wasn't really crashing out in the streets anymore. But when Durk got locked up on his murder for hire case, Zoo allegedly wasn't making a lot of money and couldn't afford to stay out of Chicago. But even though Zoo wasn't crashing out, his homies and THF sparked a new war, and some people think that's why he got killed. It all started when Lil Durk started rocking with a dude from 6300 named Lil Zay Osama. 6300 and THF didn't have any problems, so Zay was cool with being around the THF members who were tight with Lil Durk. But then a couple of THF members stole some watches from him, and Lil Zay aired him out on IG. Then in February 2024, THF TP was brutally killed right in front of his kids. According to rumors, THF TP was killed by some dudes from a set called BVC, aka Bashville. Lil Zay is cool with a lot of dudes from BVC. And after TP got killed, a dude from BVC posted about Lil Zay's watches and said somebody had died for him. THF clapped back and killed BVC Man Man, but other sources claim it was a set called DOD that pulled the trigger on Man Man. Lil Zay stamped that story too and said THF was clout chasing when he rapped, "Niggas kill your baby mama and you ain't did nothing to your ops. Man Manny from the one, he got that get back for that watch, and the ops ain't do it, but dissing like they did that shit to top." It don't look like THF caught Man Man, but they were allegedly still sliding and killed a dude from DMG named Lil Deuce. There's a lot of rumors about who pulled the trigger on Lil Deuce, but THF G Baby dropped a diss about him dying. And after Zoo got killed, DMG started posting Scoom and made it look like Zoo's death was get back for Scoom. Nobody knows who took Zoo out, but one of the craziest rumors is that his own homie put a bag on his head. Zoo was tight with Lil Durk and they caught cases together, but there's a crazy theory that Durk wanted to get Zoo out of the picture. Back when Zoo caught his first murder case back in 2009, some paperwork came out that allegedly proved he was snitching on his homie Bruh. Zoo said that he never snitched on anybody, but then some more paperwork came out where he was allegedly talking to the ATF. THF Bayzoo and King Von both got questioned by the ATF, and Zoo allegedly told him all about how THF is structured and how they didn't have a leader anymore. According to the paperwork, everyone in the crew was just kind of doing their own thing, and nobody was calling shots for the whole gang. Zoo said it was cap, and he never talked to the ATF.
Show me my name on the paperwork. Show me who I got arrested, gang. If y'all can't do that, stop going off all these fake ass niggas that want to get me out the way, man. Niggas want me out the way because I'm the realest in the rack, for real, you hear me?
But the Opps didn't believe him, and Billionaire Black dissed him on the track Call Me a Snitch and rapped, "You niggas softer than a bitch. Incognito on the glick. He don't know that's a switch. Fashion killer. I might smoke him in some Ricks, cause a nigga working with the ATF try to call me a snitch." There's allegedly some informants working with the feds on Lil Durk's murder for hire case, and that's why some people are trying to connect Zoo's death to that situation. They say that Durk is trying to get anyone out of the way who might flip on him, but there's no proof at all to back the story up. THF Bayzoo was putting in work for years and had ops all over the place. Some people thought he couldn't afford to leave Chicago after Durk got locked up, but then Zoo clapped back at the rumors on social media and started flexing a bunch of cash. It looks like THF Bayzoo could have left Chicago behind if he wanted to, but instead he stuck around and tragically got killed in broad daylight. G Iri was allegedly the first body that dropped to get back for Zoo, but that's probably only the beginning and there's no telling what's gonna happen next.